Hello, friends. This week we read from Psalm 68. Starting at verse 1, it says this: Let God arise, and let his enemies be scattered. Let those who hate him also flee before him. David, he writes this psalm, and he writes as one who the Lord has fought for. Certainly, David was someone who saw the mighty hand of the Lord accomplish things that he could not accomplish himself, fight and win against enemies that David did not have the strength to win against. What an amazing sense of security to know that such a mighty warrior was fighting on your behalf. David was not alone in this. David, matter of fact, borrowed this phrase from Moses. And Moses, he first said this as the people of Israel had just left Egypt and they were camped on the edge of the wilderness. And they were looking out at that wilderness to the promised land of where God wanted to take them. And they saw great enemies and great challenges. And so they waited for the Lord. Moses, he kept his eye on the Lord and what the Lord would do. And as he saw the Lord move, as he saw the Ark of the Covenant lift up and lead the people and gather the people into battle and into this fighting stance, this is when Moses would say, Let God arise, and let his enemies be scattered, and let those who hate him also flee before him. It is the Lord who leads our big battles in life. The temptations that we have, the struggles through sin and brokenness, and even loneliness or relationship struggles, all of the enemies that try to tear us away from the fullness that God promises in life, that tear us away from the promised land of God's presence in this life, that it is the Lord that leads us to battle against these things. How do we find victory? Well, just like Moses and David, first, we look to the Lord. We don't take our eyes off of him. We know that he will move on our behalf in his own time and when he is ready. But we have to wait patiently and we have to be diligent in keeping our eyes on him. It isn't until the Lord moves that we truly find victory. Take heart, friends, for the Lord does fight for us. And we, as the people of God, are able to say, Let God arise, and let his enemies be scattered, and let those who hate him flee before him. May you find God's peace this week.